All right, welcome to this demo. We're going to take a look at life cycles in practice from the Cloud Console. So we're starting off here in the storage console view. And we're going to take a look at how to create lifecycle configurations here. The way this works is that we first select the bucket that the lifecycle configuration has to do with. Then you can see over here on the top row, we have a tab for lifecycle. Click on that, and you see a selection of lifecycle rules that have been applied to this bucket. Currently, there are none. So let's add one. In this lifecycle, we want to delete any older object versions that we might have. So let's create an object lifecycle configuration that deletes older object versions. So let's define the lifecycle in such a way that we want there to be a maximum of 2 newer versions of any object, and the maximum time we're going to keep a non-current object is going to be 7 days. The way we do this is we set the action to be delete object, and then we continue, and now we need to set the conditions. So like the conditions was, first of all, the object needed to be a non-live object, right? A non-current object. So we can set that by clicking on the live state. Yeah. So non-current. Yeah. Then we can add the number of newer versions we want to be available. So if there are 2 newer versions available, then this rule is true and it'll delete the older version. Additionally, we can add how long it has been since the object has become non-current. That's 7 days. So if we create this kind of a rule, that means that the object can get, or an older version can get recovered for the next 7 days, or if there are less than 2 newer versions available of that object, right? Cool. So all of these need to be true, right? So continue, and then create. Now this has been created. And we see quite a nice overview of that. You can also change another, or create another example here where we're changing storage classes instead. We can add a further rule. In this case, we're moving stuff from standard to nearline once it has been in the bucket for over a year. So we're going to say it's based on the age, and the age needs to be 365 days. And then the storage class needs to be standard. Right. We're moving from standard to nearline. You can also add regional and durable reduced availability, which are kind of legacy storage classes in this case. I'm not going to do that. There we go. That's created. And then similarly, we can move it onwards to cold line, right? So we're going to add another rule. We're going to set the storage class to cold line. Once the age is 3 years, right? And then from nearline, right? There we go. Great. And here you can see all of our 3 rules. Now we can edit any of these rules and we can also delete them right here from the console. Note that when you do deletions or edits of these rules, it might take a while until they actually become active. So if you remove a deletion policy, for example, it can still be active for the next 24 hours, deleting objects as per its policy was, right? I'll just make sure that you understand that these are not immediate changes. Cool. That's how that works.